Abusuafo ya mamunyi na kwa BM Alpha OneTV hana about 10 sem de den sabeto other platforms no haya na nyini twugo sesem ko bia oso sake bia no like no share amanu aso de enye bia ti no so keep updated yes already yemfie ni nchim na sabi ya too far de na chimo Parliament House and run a bit told you say Akwatia MP I was say NPP ni no Koforidua High Court a bench warrant to no so say omuhia ne de din because court for na no mba odwane Emma ni dwane free Parliament House a chese ho video nyina no e hwe a chese da so da ye platform no so ene MP asemwa say dwane ko parliament biem na ye speaker out na edwam no e deny no bra na opese oyeden okasa ne nyonko NPP MP ni na share kwan man se ko nkasa speaker e deny se o man nkasa echi oba be kasa ya onu mum e say sue for justice about the pe eye eniema NDC for the court and say na overvoting at the akoso na sankrofo no omdo mu hia justice ye twense court e di eye ho results beba na ye hu de course ankasa ne beko court akwako face the law no you are rather in parliament calling and crying for justice yen koni enkohwe di assembly ko ni kakra afanyo mark nso ye the count.
You have the floor. Honourable member, if you don't intend to comment, why are you on your feet to catch the eye of the speaker?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, may I have your permission to yield to my colleague from Akwatia?
No, you don't have the permission.
Okay. That is fine. Then I'll proceed. Mr. Speaker, then I'll proceed. Right Honourable Speaker, then I'll proceed. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Social Justice Day. Social Justice Day.
Honourable members, order. Honourable members, take it clearly. When you want to contribute, then you get on your feet. You do not get on your feet to catch the eye of the speaker. After recognizing you, then you said you want to yield to another member. It doesn't happen in any parliament. Therefore, if you are not ready to comment on the statement, you must not be on your feet.
Right, Honourable
members, democracy must be guided. Honourable member, you have the floor.
Interest all of us to know that the Constitution and other laws alike, especially other international instruments, guarantees this right to us as a people. But historically, most people have suffered social injustice, not because they do not have the protective right, but because we politicians ourselves over the period have become culprits and victims of this social injustice. Mr. Speaker, today, as we speak, I'm happy that this discussion is being had in this parliament dispassionately. Just last week, a simple request for procedural fairness from the minority leader on behalf of a former minister of this republic degenerated into a debate on this floor. And as I sat in my chair, I asked myself, for how long will we keep doing this to ourselves? Because today it is me, tomorrow it could be you. And as we keep arguing along the way, I ask myself that if the Constitution guarantees that at least we need to be fair to ourselves, why can't we allow and ask for a simple procedural fairness to happen? Other speakers have spoken already on other things that do happen to us as politicians. The protocol conundrum that we politicians keep giving to people is also increasingly becoming a challenge to us in this country. And to quote the Honorable Dr. Kumbo, who had said previously in other public domains, until you are injected by an incompetent doctor or nurse for you to die, that is when you know that we need to begin to advocate for fairness and equal opportunity and access for people. Mr. Speaker, just this morning, I was asked by a journalist within this precinct of Parliament that he wants to know that are we waiting, or for how long will we wait until when a president wins an election in this country and the opponent goes to court just to challenge that person unfairly and to just deny that person that right that is due him. Mr. Speaker, in order not to sound prejudicial, I refuse to comment on the matter. But I want all of us to take
order. Order. Honourable members, order.
Mr. Speaker, I want all of us to take note that this discussion that we are having here should not be one that we are just having it today and let it slide. It should bring to fore meaningful thoughts and discussion, where citizens, policymakers, and CSOs will all come together to advance social justice in this country, and especially to me as the MP for Akwatia in this country. Thank you.
Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, you need not be on your feet before you say here, here. You can do so while sitting. Leadership.
Mr. Speaker, the first maker of the statement, the respected member Nakoyo Kuno of Awutu Senya East. Mr. Speaker, she shared her own experiences. Mr. Speaker, we need to take steps as a people to address the way we do politics in this country. Some of us don't tell our stories, but we all know the things sometimes we go through. The attacks, the unfair treatment, the way we are handled, and all. But it appears that sometimes when injustice benefits somebody, the person is in a hurry to go to God, to church, to thank God, and sees him as blessing. But when the next day he is at the receiving end, you see the person crying for people to save him. For how long should that continue in our country? I have my own experience in Winneba in 2012. It took the Lord's intervention for me to be here. Somebody came to a close range with a pistol, all because I was campaigning. And I was lucky that he couldn't shoot. I don't know the mystery and the miracle behind it. Close range. I went through other situations that time will not permit me to recount. People are suffering injustice. Sometimes even our judiciary, the way our judges approach cases that come before them. For my years at the bar, I know that when there is an application pending before a court of justice will always deal with that interrogatory matter before coming to the substantive matter and ensure that there is fairness. For my years of practice, I know that when there is an application before a superior court raising issues of bias, the court below would at least wait for the supervisory jurisdiction which is being invoked to be considered and determined before dealing with the matter before him, all in the interest of fairness and justice. Are we experiencing that in all situations? I beg to say that no. So, Mr. Speaker, if we are calling for a fair society, then it shouldn't be.
Honourable Minority Leader.
Yes, sir.
With all due respect, that is not automatic. Looking at the practice and procedure in CI 47, you have a right to put in an application for stay of proceedings pending the determination of the matter at the court above.
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker. Not to disagree with you, but the example that I'm citing also has in it an application for stay of proceedings. An application for stay of proceedings. And in the light of an application for stay of proceedings, a judge goes ahead to say that a counsel should move his main application and goes ahead to determine the matter when there's an application for stay of proceedings pending. So, Mr. Speaker, I would want to strongly make this point, and I regret that this is coming at a time that I find myself in the minority front bench. It's very regrettable, because some people may see my views as being too rich, but it's a reality of the day. As a country, you must not repeat that vicious cycle of you did it to me, I will do it to you.
Mr. Speaker, social justice must resonate in everything that we do as a people and as a state. Is the only way we can ensure fairness. Speaker, exactly 8 years ago, 2017, 10 February or thereabout, the then newly appointed and confirmed Minister of Health, the Honorable Kwekwa Jumamenu, he wrote and terminated the appointment of 8,634 health personnel, nurses and other health personnel recruited into the health service without recourse to even the time of recruitment. I have the letter, I can show it to you. 10 February 2017. That was no social justice. It was not. As we speak, those employees whose employment and social benefits, socio-economic benefits are consequent upon those employment that were suspended, they remain in suspension. As we speak, they are sitting at home, they are grieving. That was no social justice. And so I agree with you, Minority Leader. I am saying so. But I didn't hear your high heaven cries in 2017. You were a formidable member of this house. So I agree that there must be a convergence zone. In plain language, there must be a convergence zone where we must do the appropriate things.
Honorable Minority Leader, don't engage the member on the floor.
Mr. Speaker, indeed, in April 2017, recruits that were undergoing training in the Sinfosu Ghana Immigration Training School, who had started training the November of the year before, they were not graduated. They were asked to go home. They have not been returned as we speak. So, Mr. Speaker, let me take the House a bit back into time. In 2001,
Ebusian for we did here. Now, so you know who the course of Parliament House, such as a speaker, and ya brave, and ya brave, just a NPP for now, Marco Parliament in a day. A move from the door now, ye come rapper. In himself, move boom row. So moon no me ignorance to the law. So moon is no my shadow. We don't tell massive. Go tell some speaker a kind. Oh, MP no, ya ma kwanse sorry kasa. O se me sire kwan ma kwati MP ni so nkasa. Abrokra wanu se eye parliamentary standing order enkresa. Speaker e refer ne se onko parliament wo wiase baby non kohwe say obi timi sorry gina Parliament House say o share kwan ama ne nyonko MP ni se onkasa. Bad record, bad history, bad president nkwana these people esete. When him go asia akamo eguso kekamo. We just for the beginning. Nene Akwatia MP a court eguso hwehwe no. When him say or parliament so emrane bono ho ban court intimi anhwe. The same court na eye afenyo marking dwane koi. Momotata a speaker babin. A the funny ruling be home, and no some quay be bree. Court no dinner ruling by Emma a speaker at the year juma. Then neck of the High Court at the ruling a bar. Ya say a Akwatia MP and his commission in Parliament House, where they all. These are the common reason why a lot of people are saying say NDC, they are weak. They are very, very, very weak. Like how? Cause I bring more free police for enkomujina kwana no airtrain. Upi ya grab, nienki ya grab yo. Ya mano kwanya manaba be red chamber. Ya besa mano kwanya manako fi shinsi. And you people come out to say mu ye juma. Abrokwa bench warrant edda papa we so. Ujidi say enka mu ena kasa case we bi atoma kafenyo marking be jijamo. Ko bi jamo mama ne na mosa. Ko be ka say obe free police for map aye sa MP no. Ena mo gya niam mu sa na mo keka niam ma chese me ye dwen ho ayenti ase o. Papa we edda so to Parliament House enya kunya kasa is soon for justice. Say and then out tonight betu obi so. Just di wonim just wonim confidence just won fashion ho can de ope woni hia justice na nyema modi na enye papa nti mamu nye happy because these things have been occurring so on and so forth. So I was say you training nyina so I was say democracy ni Kesi na o pese democracy ni standing na pese justice ba senior you know who pay justice ba pese Ghana for nyina benya justice uyo bia boomra katama case no mo fro no senka abeko uyo bia mpa we wini a komo fro ka wonko because you have all your evidence. It's come from Cowdrim Kakaveko. You are here talking and saying, say, you hear justice. I don't know if it's a began I don't know. Mohun is saying in a adrian and saying, you said, you ah, more motitis rono. Mo shembra. I'm a Ghana for Edisu. Now, wow, shembrano, Semrani do dear, or say, and Debbie, and ran when ending me. Now, Semrani di wine. This is the time I will say NDC for more enforcing the law. More enforcing the law, they have the power right now. NPP for no power ye hu ti se na mo de power ni si ye adwuma omo ne wo power ni sisi nto munye bibi na Ghana for tete dodo ura na ye adwuma na nke hu se bibi koso court kana asem ni hu se yes bibi koso ama isisi ni ba o mienya ho kasa akofo ado enya ho kasa fenyuma ka enya ho kasa na bimpu enya ho kasa because omo we say o wose na so ntimi fanka you have the power na so so hu de on fanye accountability ni ka no asemo ye asemo nye no omo mo ba ombe ye papa omo be ye ne kesi de mumu ntimi no ombe ye ne kesi because it's in much say accountability no munya ombe chi omo ba asemo ye omo mo ba ombe ye pa ya dia Ghana for so be support you cause mo ya Ghana for be support mo busia for you niema ho de cause of Parliamentary bit match under the comment section subscribe na share my news in your binti Akroma.